So, huge welcome to Hammerdown. Harry, welcome to Festpod. Nice to see you again. Hope things are well down there in Worthing.
All good here. It's very sunny. It's very hot, actually. It's a lovely day.
Oh,
gorgeous.
We're getting festival vibes now from the weather, aren't we?
Yes. We are. It's been the loveliest April. Everybody talks about April showers. We haven't seen it. It's been lovely. It's been great. It's been such a nice month. And now
cut to April showers, thunderstorms, fucking lightning, trees falling over.
yeah. We seem to have got away with it. I don't know if that means the actual festival season is going to just be awful weather, but I really hope
don't
not.
say that. Please no. Please no. Please. Oh, to the rock gods, let the good weather continue.
Yeah, no mud this year, please.
No mud, please. Por favor.
But of course, there won't be mud at Hammerdown.
It has a roof. It's an intuitive idea. We fixed one of those above us.
Genius.
And it's also got a floor, which means the mud thing, and it's in what's called a city, and that means there's concrete all around, so there isn't any mud on the exterior of the venue either.
Nice.
I like this idea, actually.
Keep your leather pants dry, Neil. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I like it. These are first world problems, and you start thinking about logistics of shows and stuff. It's good. It is.
Open air will be one day. That is a goal of mine. So I'm not just taking the mickey.
In addition, or as well, or
no, upgraded. I mean, Bloodstock started indoors, right? So eventually, that is the goal for us to go open air. Hammerdown open air sounds sick. So,
fuck. Yeah, it does sound good, man. Wow. I want 2 giant fucking hammers, fucking...
Yeah, as you walk under them in the, man.
Yeah.
And then what will happen is loads of West Ham fans will accidentally buy tickets, and then by the time they get there, it's too late because there's no refunds. So I make loads more money.
Yeah, and I can come dressed as Thor that year because it'd be fucking totally acceptable.
You've got the hammer.
I have got the hammer. Yeah.
Well, we've got. Have you ever seen our prop war hammers? We've got massive. There was one on top of my bed, on top of my wardrobe over there.
Fuck yeah, man! I mean, I'm kind of thing for hammers now. I think, I think it's a great festival name, and it will definitely look good as an open air festival with giant fucking hammers, and it'll attract the right crowd, man. That'll be really cool. So it's exciting. Where did Hammerdown start? What was the first variation or incarnation of the festival? Was it the one that we played, or was that before then? Or
long time, 10 years ago now.
This is
actually this is our 10th anniversary technically, but I'm not really counting it as a 10th anniversary because the first one was called a different name. So the first in the series, I suppose, which me and my friend Bradley started. It was called Pitch Up Festival, and we had 10 bands. It was just one day in a village hall in the middle of nowhere, so nobody came. It was the worst location for it you could possibly imagine. The only bits you can still find on like our Facebook page, if you scroll right back to the beginning, are all of these photos of very obviously a village hall with these horrific checkered red and white curtains behind the bands performing. So all of the photos are just ruined by those awful curtains. So that was the first. Do either of you remember a band called Empire, with the eyes and exclamation mark upside down? Vocalist called Joe Green. They did Download 2015. They're so good. They were excellent. I'll have to send you some stuff. I think Joe's got one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life. Wow. It's just outstanding. And they headlined the first one. I saw them at Download a few months before, and I was like, I'd like them. So got in touch, made it happen, and that was the very first one. But so the reason I don't really count it as 10 years because it wasn't called Hammerdown that year, and then obviously COVID happened, so it was a few years out. So it's actually only our 7th festival, despite us being around for 10 years. So
sound, man, sound. Where are we starting this? Where are we starting it from then? Where's our first iteration of Hammerdown then that we're having as like the starting point?
So the following year was called Hammerdown. I changed. So we had Pitch Up Festival. Bradley moved on to do other things, went to uni and stuff. So I was left to decide whether or not I was going to do it again. So I wanted to call it a new name. I wanted something more metal. I wasn't really overly enamoured by the name the first time, and I couldn't think of anything for ages. And I remember I was walking to work. I used to work at KFC. It was my first job, and I was walking to KFC, and a Nickelback song came on, which is called "The Hammer's Coming Down." It's a great song, and I was like, "Oh, Hammerdown! That sounds like a rock festival."
That does sound like a
so
rock
we have
festival.
everything to Nickelback. Yeah. And I was looking it up. You know, there was Hammerfest. Obviously, there was other things that were sort of similar-ish, but there was no Hammerdown Festival. And I went, right, I'm having it. And then that was the first one. Was 2016. So I would have come up with that in like November or December 2015, and then created that for the following year. Yeah.
Love that. Man with a dream, man with an idea. Yeah. I've got a good name. It's coming.
Yeah,
this is all we need.
Yeah, exactly. We had something to build from there.
I like it, man. Yeah,
you can't underestimate the importance of a good name for a festival. I think you're so right. You need to find something that sounds right and it is memorable and is unique and will carry you through the years. And I think you've done well there.
Thank you. Well, do you know what? That's actually, I appreciate that. And we took our break over COVID and stuff, and it was actually a lot longer break than we wanted it to be. And when we came back, we had this choice of, well, look, nobody remembers it anyway because it was a really small thing pre-COVID. So do we bother keeping it? And we thought the name was so strong and that it could really hold some history one day that we decided to stick with it rather than doing a rebrand, because it wouldn't have, other than the name itself actually being decent, it would have made no difference if in 2022 we had a completely different festival or the name Hammerdown, because nobody remembered it anyway. I mean, it was nobody came the first few times. So, I think you're right. Hopefully the name will stand the test of time. Let's see. But yeah.
100%.
So there's been quite a evolution, hasn't there, of Hammerdown? Yeah. I mean, from village halls to a huge venue in is it Brighton? Have you noticed? Is it still in Brighton?
Yeah. So it's
Chalk.
Chalk is the main stage, and then the people who own Chalk also own another venue in the same building underneath called Dust. So that's our second stage. That's a 200 cap. The big one is an 850 cap. That's where you are, Aaron, this year.
Hey!
We've played again. Let's go, baby.
So that's where it is this year. So Central Brighton. We've done it in a few locations. My heart is in Sussex. I want to stay in Sussex forever, but it's been in a few different locations. So first one was in Danehill at Random Village. 16 and 17 were in Burgess Hill. 18 and then 22 and 23, where you last played, Aaron, were all Worthing. And then 24 and now this year 25 is Brighton. So we've always been in Sussex in various places, as we've sort of grown up to bigger venues.
Nice. I feel like we're watching history in the making this. Like, what I mean? I'm sure Bloodstock look back on the early start of their festivals and they go, I remember when we used to play that village hall, you know what I mean? And then, do you know what I mean? And then it is literally like real time watching this grow, like maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, we look back at this and you look at this iteration of what, Hammerdown is now, and then, fuck me, you could be literally like the biggest open air festival, side by side with Bloodstock and Download and these huge festivals. And it's a very realistic possibility that is the trajectory of this festival, and the watching the growth and your passion in this. You're heavily invested. You haven't taken your foot off the pedal, and you are so compelling. You know what you want, you know what your dream is and what your passion is, and you quite clearly got your target focused on this goal, and there's nothing stopping you, mate. It's happening. So it's really nice, mate. You look after bands, you speak to us all really well, look after people from every perspective, so I like what you're doing and I support you doing. I'm really happy to be part of it, mate, and I'm glad to be back. So I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh, mate, that means a lot. It really does. And we do work hard, and it's not just me. There's a whole team of us now. It was just me a few years ago, but now there's loads of us, and hopefully, that's the goal. Like when I first started it, and obviously we're still a million miles away, but I wanted to create a download of the South. That was like the thing I used to say to myself, let's get a download of the South going on in Sussex. And we're one step closer to this year. We've got 2 stages. That's cool. Give us another 5 years and we'll be open air, and maybe there'll be 3 stages. Who knows? It's all in the goals. We've got a roadmap. We've stuck to it. We've just got to keep driving, because it's people like when you say things like that, it really does mean a lot, and it's we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't have as much encouragement and support as we do. Like, I would have given up a long time ago if people didn't, like it and believe in it. And, that's really kind. So thank you.
So this year, it's a different proposition, isn't it? We've got 2 stages.
Yeah.
We've got a lot. That means a lot more bands to book.
Yeah.
Who is it that looks at the bands in your team? It's not just you, is it?
No, it's not just me. I do the primary booking and sort of shape what the lineup's going to look like, because until you've got, I'm getting approached now by smaller bands for 2026 who are like, are you booking yet? And I say no, because I have no idea what the top half of my bill is going to look like yet. So I can't begin to shape what the bill generally will be until I've got a headliner there on the Saturday. Maybe I've got a Sunday second stage headliner. I've got 2 bands that I'm getting off of one agent to be on the top of the second stage on the Saturday. And once I've got like a structure, then I can start to plan what subgenres are going to fit and the variety that I can have, and start to say, okay, well, those heavier bands that are contacting, they would fit better on the Sunday there. So I can at least find out if, okay, you're not free on the Saturday, it's probably not going to work next year, then let's chat, in the future, whatever. So, but I can't do any of that until I get that structure. So my job is to sort out the top half of the bills on both stages and get, and I take, the team suggests loads of stuff, but I do the bookings. And then after that, especially when we get into the nitty gritty of bands opening the stages, the online competition that we do, there's a whole team of us that do that. There's 3 or 4 of us that are way more involved in that part of it. Yeah.
Wow. It must be. Actually, I can't really imagine it. As we've talked about before on Festpod, we dream of putting a festival on, and I can't really imagine what it must be like to do this like full time.
I tell you what, I found it easier this year with 2 stages because I don't have to be horrible and say no to so many people. For real though, like I've got more autonomy to do some favours for people that have looked after me over the years or whatever. Like when you've only got the 20 slots that I had the previous few years, and okay, it's not like there were hundreds of bands asking me in the early days, but in the early days it was like 10, 12 slots, so it's really hard. But now, the last couple of years as it's really grown, there's been so many bands asking, and that's amazing. It's a great problem to have. I love listening to everybody and going through them all. That's brilliant. It's lovely. But there's 20 spaces. So now we've almost doubled that. It's 36 bands playing this year. And that means, a promoter that's done me a favour, whose band wants to play away. Like I've got a bit more freedom for it to not be so sort of strict. Like it's been lovely. It's been really, really nice. And it's not, there's been examples this year, which I've never done before. It's usually fully booked until about September, by about September for the following year. This year, although it was mostly fully booked, I kept a couple of slots in the bank in case of occasions where I'd been really drunk and I'd promised people slots, which happens a lot. I'm always a man of my word, or in case anybody crops up and they're like, oh, they just happen to be amazing and I want to give them a slot, whatever. So there's been more room to play with. It's been easier booking more bands, which is going to sound sort of counterintuitive, but yeah.
That's nice. So when you're open air then, mate, crushed by waves, and you just need to take you on a big piss up and just get you fucking smashed, and
you know what? And I do this, and then I get sent it in the morning. So what happens is I'll be at a gig and I'll be like, oh yeah, your band's sick. Yeah, you can play my festival. And they're like, oh yeah, cool, great. I'm like, just make sure before I go tonight, take a video of me saying it so I don't forget. And then in the morning I get sent this video of me be like, your band's fucking great. You can come play my festival.
Oh,
that's
amazing.
More than one. That is a thing.
It wasn't us, by the way. We never did that to Harry.
No. Absolutely not. Not you. I'd also never say who that was because I want to embarrass them. Like they've all earned their place.
No. Never reveal it. Yeah. Eyes around the green room going, which one of us was it? Who got Harry pissed? Amazing.
So talk us through the lineup then. Who are we going to see this year?
Okay, so where to begin? So headliners, we wanted to do. There's the new wave of British heavy metal is something that I'm really passionate about at the moment. Is having a I guess just to be realistic, a final resurgence. These are all bands from the late 70s, early 80s that changed and shaped a lot of the music that we all listened to. The new wave of British heavy metal, bands like Venom spawned off black metal. A lot of the faster new wave of British heavy metal spawned thrash, and Metallica themselves openly say it's all thanks to those bands like Diamond Head and whatever that set them off from their success. So I wanted to book some of those bands and say I've been a tiny part of that story before they're not around anymore. So Tigers of Pantang, I mean, we were honoured to work with them at the factory in April as well in Worthing, which Aaron, you played a few years ago. And they're so cool. They're so good live. They're outstanding. They're the nicest people. I was having a chat to their manager, and I was just saying, I'm so pleasantly surprised about how nice they are. And he said, Harry, they're just way too old for egos. They're so chilled out. They're so, and it was such a nice sentiment. It's like, they're not, in their early 20s thinking they're, Billy Big, whatever. They were the most sound people ever. And we've got another band from that era called Demon, so I'm really excited for them. So that's the Saturday. So the Saturday, I'd say, is probably more rocky, traditional heavy metal. And then on the Sunday, we've got a little more of the alternative stuff. And that's never really happened before, and that wasn't really intentional. It just fell in that way from when the bands were free and stuff. But the Sunday's definitely the heavier day. We've got the Raven Age headlining it with Dream State as main support, which is going to be sick. Yeah. I mean, Dream State. So that would be great. Obviously, we've got Crushed by Waves Bleed again. That would be really, really cool.
Hey.
I love In Search of Sun. They're amazing. And then we've got, on the second stage, particularly on the Sunday, we've got like a really stacked, heavy lineup. We booked... We really, really wanted, after seeing some performances on YouTube from Raised by Owls, particularly the Bloodstock main stage one, I was like, I've got to get these guys.
Funny. We interviewed them, didn't we? Right. And they are literal comedians. Like, actually, I mean, literally, the front man is a comedian, so that makes sense. But just as the nicest bunch of guys, but they are, like, as they appear in their social media posts, I'm laughing just talking about it, like, just the conversation we were having. So we interviewed them at Bloodstock, and as they appear on social media, is exactly how they are, just sitting on a bench talking to each other. Like so they are. It's just beyond me. Like, I was just watching real-time comedy, and it was just a real pleasure to be around. But band-wise and musically, they are fantastic. They're so good. Yeah, they're so good. But I've got such a soft spot for them. I love them to pieces.
Well, and that it's that side of them which sets them apart in that level of heaviness for just being so much fun. There aren't that many bands who are that heavy and that fun, right? So, but then booking them, obviously that shapes that second stage on that day to naturally be far heavier. So there's some brutal stuff on that day. So it's just worked out that way. So we've got, I'd say, if you're more into your rock music, go to the Saturday. If you're more into the really heavy stuff, come on the Sunday. And if you want a whole weekend and you enjoy various forms of rock and metal music, come to both. What I say.
Wow.
Definitely do that. Do both.
Yes.
So, for anybody who hasn't been to Hammerdown before, let's say they bought a weekend ticket. How much are they going for, by the way?
Weekends are 65. Day tickets are 40 English pounds.
See, that's a bargain.
That is a bargain, people. Please, that is such a bargain. These bands are incredible, and like even just going seeing like one or two of these bands in their own, like a lot of these bands can headline, major venues in major cities. So like seeing all of these incredible bands under one roof over the course of a weekend, I couldn't think of a better way to spend my time or my money, to be honest. So even if I wasn't playing this festival, that was awesome.
Why I started a festival, because of the value of festivals generally. Like, download might be 300 quid or whatever it is now, but you still get to see an insane amount of bands for that. Bands that you pay 60 quid a pop to go and see on their UK tour, But a lot of bands are from the States, and so when they come over here, you're going to pay 60 quid to see them. So you do that 5 times, you've spent your 300 quid. Whereas if you go to downloads, I mean, when I go to download, I push myself to see as many bands as possible. I saw 52 bands one year.
Do you wear trainers as well as a suit, or are you still wearing smart shoes and still sprinting between stages?
Well, no, I wear the suit and I wear wellies.
Okay, that's a combo. I like it.
Yes.
That's a combo.
That's
good grip on a welly, actually. You've got quite a bit of tread going on there.
Prevents the mud on the bottom part of the trousers. Very important.
Of course, it is important.
Yeah. So I mean, that was an intense. I can't remember what year that was. I wasn't wearing a suit back then. That was a long time ago. That was when I was, still basically a child. But yeah, I saw 52 bands that year. It was mental. Wow. And you're not, for whatever it was at the time, 215, 220 quid, something like that. I mean, that's unbelievable value. And it's the same with any festival. Not, forget Hammerdown for a second, same with everyone. But yes, at Hammerdown, there's no clashes. Not many people are going to watch all 36 bands because they want to go and eat and they're going to want to go on the beach for an hour or whatever, unless it's raining. But even so, even if you see 15, 20 bands, you're going to get outstanding value compared to going to see in the headline show. So yeah, I mean, it's just a no-brainer to me.
No-brainer. Makes sense to me, Harry. I think that's a fucking bargain. Beautiful.
It is though, because I mean, if you're staying over, let's say you're not from the area and you're coming from further afield, you'll probably want to stay in a hotel, perhaps a bed and breakfast. You'll most likely pay more for that than you will for the ticket for the whole 100%. Weekend to get into Hammerdown.
Yeah. Very true. We've got, we got this year, which we never really had before. Last year we had our first taste of people travelling from other countries, which was kind of cool. Yeah, we had a couple come over from Dublin last year, and then at our winter festival we had a couple of people from Dublin as well, different people. But this year we've got some people from Ireland again, but we've also got people from Germany coming. Nice. It's really cool.
Germans love having music, man. It's a fact. That is everything I'm learning from going on tour and going into shows and doing things. It's like Germans love heavy music. That is a fact.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's anything heavy, and a lot of Eastern Europe as well, Poland in particular, heavy electronic stuff, like, dubstep and really intense drum and bass, just anything heavy, not just metal, but anything really, really aggressive is what they're into, isn't it?
So as the festival is for the weekend, we thought about things like merch. Is there going to be like a Hammerdown exclusive like shirt with like the lineup on it? Is there going to be? I love those things.
Yes, there's lineup tees. We've just yesterday got the final designs back and they're sick. So we're doing so people will be able to pre-order them as well. They're probably on sale in the next week or two. We've got lineup tees with 2 different designs. They look wicked. Nice. We've got what else? We've got loads of patches. We've got bottle openers and coasters and hip flasks and lighters and...
Fuck yeah, man. We know our audience here, Harry. We know we will. Give the people what they want, man. Come on. More patches, please.
Yeah, patches. Yeah. Well, I need more for my own jacket, so I've got to keep putting in different Hammerdown.
I love it.
So, it's we've got a lot of stuff. The T-shirts I'm really proud of this year. I think they're the coolest designs we've had. So,
I want one of those immediately. You've already sold this. You've already sold one, Harry. You've got one sold. It's in the bag.
Excellent.
I want one of those. Yeah.
99 more.
And then food wise, talk to me about food. Me and Neil, we're all obsessed when we go to festivals. We go to Bloodstock, we go to Down, we go to Radar, everywhere. We're looking for something to eat in between, smashing our heads together with other people and bouncing around the pit. Then we're going to need to get those electrolytes back. We're going to need to get some energy in the tank so we can go again.
So the last couple of years, we've had food trucks and stuff that we've brought onto site or whatever. We don't have like a courtyard or anything this year. So what I've done instead is I've gone round literally the street outside because there's loads of food places, and I've been negotiating with different food places to give Hammerdown people discounts. So we've got one place called Box Shop. This is an exclusive because it's not announced yet, but we've sorted the deal out. Nice. Box Shop is like Korean fried chicken, and it's outrageous. I went there, it's so good.
Come on now, Harry. Keep it clean, mate. This is before Watershed, all right? Could be kids watching this. That dirty talk.
Box Shop will do 10% for anybody with a Hammerdown wristband. Obviously, all the bands and stuff will have lanyards and whatever, so don't worry, Aaron, you will still be able to partake.
Nice. Like, where's my Korean chicken, motherfucker?
And that place, I mean, it's literally, you come out of dust, which is the second stage. So chalk sort of around the corner there, walk round to dust, and then it's literally opposite. It's the other side of the road. It's like it's there.
Very accessible.
Very accessible. We're going to be doing several other ones locally as well. They've got veggie options, vegan options, everything sorted, which is great. There's going to be plenty of stuff around. So what we're going to try and create basically around the venue itself, it will just be buzzing because there'll be metalheads everywhere, eating, drinking, in and out of the venue, watching bands on the beach, just ruining everybody else's afternoon.
Love it. Goths and metalheads everywhere, just fucking taking over.
Scaring the locals. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Love that.
This sounds amazing. I can't wait because we're going to be there.
Yes.
As
the first time, which is so cool. Yeah.
Yes. Do you know, it's something, I love going to festivals for the first time. There's so many festivals I'll still yet to get to. And yours is one of them. And I can't wait because, I mean, it's just, just talking about it, I get in the mood for being at a festival. And, obviously seeing the amazing lineup that you've got. It is a great lineup this year.
Thank you.
It's so good. It really is.
Oh, sorry. No, go on. Finish.
No, that's all. Go on.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, it is a lineup I'm super proud of. And obviously my job is to sell it every year, so I should say this, but it is my favourite lineup ever. Like I'll be honest, my favourite lineup was 2022, which was our comeback year. We had some really special shows that year. Bands doing their last ever show. Like we did a couple of things that some bands who were fading out because of COVID never got to do like a farewell show or anything, and they were some of my favourite bands. And so two bands did their last ever show at 2022. So that year sort of held a special place for me. But I think this year is, by some way my favourite ever lineup, and I can't wait for it. I mean, it's just going to be mental. So
because I always have a look at the photos, the videos that you take of the event, and I'm just thinking, you just want to be there. It's just you do a great job of capturing that atmosphere in those pictures and those videos. It's just something I'm really looking forward to.
That's one thing we try and do. We hire a whole photography team ourselves, so we don't have people there charging for the photos. We've got a whole crew. All the bands have access to all of that stuff. Well, I've already paid for it, so there's all of the bands will get whatever cool content they want. And then, look, in my opinion, that's an investment because everybody's going to share that stuff. There aren't going to be bands walking away going, "Oh, we didn't bring our photographer, so we didn't get any content." All of the bands will be posting stuff. That's 36 times more engagement, isn't it? So it's far better if we sort it all out for everybody else, and then you all just come and have a great time.
I like the way you think.
Loving that. Love it. It'll be well documented and it'll be well enjoyed by all. I'm sure everyone is going to have such an amazing time. This year, lineup-wise, the food already got me going. Everyone will be wearing those nice lineup tees, picking up all the merch, and generally just being part of something which I think is special and I think is definitely on the right trajectory, and certainly something where the people are going to look back on this 10 years time, 15 years time and be like, fucking hell, Hammerdown started there and look at it now, it's fucking huge. And I can't wait to see where this goes, honestly. I think I remember saying this last time, and I've seen the growth, I'm witnessing it, and it's like, you watch a plant grow and it doesn't grow instantly, it's never going to go from here to fucking huge outdoor festival, but that period of growth, people stick with it if people do invest their time and their money. And I couldn't think of a better way to do both of those two things. If they do continue to do that and they do continue to support this lineup, support this festival, then they themselves will have created their own festival that they want to see. If you want to see Hammerdown in an open thing, and they want to have these huge bands or great bands play it, well, then just keep supporting it and keep pushing it, and you will create your own festival by supporting it.
Yeah, it's so true. I say that all the time because there's such a Hammerdown community now, and that's what anybody coming for the first time. There's just this buzz around, this sense of community and family and catching up with. I mean, I do all my work throughout the year, so I can just have a beer and just chill out for the weekend. I know I'm still running around doing interviews and whatever, but really I'm there just to enjoy myself for the weekend, and it's with all of the people. They create it. Obviously I can't grow it without there being a need to grow it, so I can't be in an 850 cap venue without there being 200 of you watching Arran a few years ago in 2023. Like, we can't do that. So it's only down to people supporting it that means that it can grow and get better, just logically, and from a morale point of view, I've only got the drive and the determination and the motivation and to get a bigger lineup and a bigger venue for everybody that comes, because of how positive everybody reacts to it and how nice everybody is and supportive. So that's all about what it is. That's all it is.
Love that. Love that. We all want the same thing. We all just want to have an amazing time. We all want to go. We all want to watch cool rock bands play on cool stages and enjoy a nice festival. That's all of us really want. So like, let's just do that. Let's just do that. It's that simple. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do think it's. I just want to mention as well. I do think it's great that you're holding the festival where you are holding the festival. I like to see festivals being a bit more spread out because it is quite Midlands centric.
Yeah, right.
Festivals.
Well, I mean, geographically that makes sense, right? Because I haven't got many people travelling from the sea, whereas in the Midlands you've got people travelling from either side of you. I don't have an either side. I've only got people coming from up.
Yes,
the sea exists, so it's probably a bad place to put it, but whatever. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like, it is nice to see a spread because they're. I do agree. I think more of the big ones are up north. We've got Takedown in Pompey, obviously. We've got Made of Stone in Kent, and Burn It Down in Plymouth. But there's certainly a lot more in the Midlands and up north. I mean, there's just so many. So it is nice to have something down here, and we've sort of got our own space. There's other small festivals that sort of work alongside us that we're very close with, that do other stuff in Sussex, but not on the scale that we're doing them yet. So we've sort of got our own playing field. We haven't really got a lot of other competition within Sussex, so that's sort of our little patch, I suppose, for now. Until Live Nation come along with something huge, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Please don't ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all looking forward to seeing Hammerdown. Just give us a quick reminder of where to go for tickets and how much they're going to cost us.
Okay, so you can get tickets via hammerdownfestival.co.uk. That's a new website that we've launched, or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anything you like. Tickets for a day pass are £40 for either day. For weekend, it's 65 quid. On either day, there are 18 bands, 2 stages, so 9 bands per day, 36 bands for the weekend. And it's probably going to be all right, actually.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be absolutely amazing. So if you aren't spending your 60 odd quid, what the fuck are you actually doing with your life? And please come and see those bands this week on that weekend, because it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best time. I can't wait, mate. I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
So it's July the 19th and 20th.
Oh, yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, July the 19th and 20th, and it's at a venue called Chalk in Brighton, and Dust as well. But they're in the same building. Chalk in Brighton. Put that in your maps.
Yeah.
Some great acts on that weekend. So we'll see you there. If you're going, we will see you there. And it'd be great to meet you. And in fact, Harry, it'd be great to see you again.
It'd be great to catch up in person, man. It's been a long time.
Yes. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on Festpod.
Yes. Nice one, Harry.